Thousands of Libyans have been using a temporary ceasefire to flee the city of Sirte, one of the last remaining strongholds of Colonel Gaddafi's forces. The International Red Cross says the humanitarian situation in the city is dire. Forces of the Libyan transitional government have besieged Sirte for weeks in an attempt to dislodge the Gaddafi loyalists, but have faced heavy resistance. Afghanistan has revealed that the suicide bomber who killed the former Afghan president 2 weeks ago was a Pakistani citizen. Bremuddin Rabbani had been leading efforts to talk to the Taliban when he was assassinated by a man with explosives hidden in his turban. From Kabul, Paul Wood reports.
President Karzai has sometimes said in the past that NATO is fighting in the wrong country, and the Afghan government has long blamed their country's troubles on Pakistan. Now they're ratcheting up the pressure. The government of Pakistan has also been given the details of those suspected of having helped in the killing, with Afghanistan saying it expects arrests to be carried out. The murder was blamed on the Haqqani militant network, which both the Americans and the Afghans say is controlled by Pakistani military intelligence.
The vast majority of the 700 people arrested for blocking the Brooklyn Bridge in New York yesterday have been released from custody. Police say the protesters were issued with court summonses and will face charges of disorderly conduct. Football, and Andrew Johnson scored a hat-trick as Fulham thrashed QPR 6-0 in the Premier League. Frank Lampard also scored 3 as Chelsea beat Bolton 5-1. Swansea beat Stoke 2-0. The second half of the North London derby is just about to kick off. Tottenham are leading Arsenal 1-0. A new world record has been set for crossing the English Channel in a kayak. Paul Wycherley from Guildford in Surrey, who hopes to compete in the London Olympics, completed the 23-mile trip from Dover in 2 hours and 28 minutes, smashing the previous record by more than half an hour. And the weather forecast. It'll remain dry, clear and mild this evening and overnight across southern England. Cloudy elsewhere with a weakening band of rain spreading slowly southeast across northern and central England. Rain will also return to western Scotland by dawn. BBC News at 3 minutes past 5. Our next at 6.
BBC Radio 2.
Time to catch up with the travel news. Here's Bobby Pryor.
Tom, thank you. First of all, to the Erskine Bridge. Now, the northbound route has been closed for a couple of hours and it's still shut following an accident between Junction 1 and the A82. The A92, the Tay Road Bridge, that's been closed both ways following an incident as well. Now, the A5 east of Daventry, that's shut following an accident at the Wilton turnoff. And we've also got delays on the A55. Now, the Britannia Bridge westbound after Junction 9, there's been an accident. At the moment, it's completely blocked with all emergency services in attendance there, so it's going to be blocked for a while, but just be aware that on the eastbound side you can just about squeeze past, but there are very, very long delays. A44, there's no change, it's still closed both ways following the accident just between the A470, which is the Ryder turn, towards the A483 at Cross Gates. Then the M4 eastbound, junction 30 to 27 at High Cross. We've now got queues all the way through. It's because the contraflow that's in place, it is still there and still causing long eastbound queues. M11, 2 problems. First of all, southbound, junctions 9 to 8. Between the A11 and Stansted Airport, there's been an accident. All lanes are open, but it's still very slow. Also on the northbound side, junctions 7 to 8, there's another accident between Harlow and Bishop Stortford with 1 lane shut. So very, very long queues there. The A12, if you're southbound, watch for queues, junctions 30 to 29 in the roadworks towards Ardley. And finally, the M5 northbound, it's queuing 22 Burnham-on-Sea to Weston-super-Mare. Thank you for your updates. Back just after 6.
88 to 91 FM.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. On BBC Radio 2.
You've left my ring by the soap. Now is that love? You cleaned me out, you could say broke. Now is that love? The better it gets, the more these girls forget that is love. You won't get dressed, you walk about. Now is that the teasing glances push me out. Now is that the tougher it gets, the more my lips frequent. Now that is love. Beat me up with your letters, your walkout notes. Funny how you still find me right here at home. Legs up with a book and a drink. Now is that love that's making you think? You called my bluff, I'm not so hot. Now is that love? My assets froze while yours have dropped. Now is that? It's a cupid disguise. The more or less survive. Now that is love. Drink. Now is that love that's making you think? You made my bed, the finger points. Now is that love? The more you cool down, the easier love is found. Now that is love.
Is that love? I'm not asking you. That's the name of the song. Is that love? That was Squeeze. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. Paul O'Grady here. Hope you're all well. I'm just looking at the calendar. It's October already, and it'll soon be Halloween. Fabulous. My favourite time of the year. I'm growing a pumpkin in the garden. You want to see the size of it? Oh, it's glorious. That's getting scooped out. Right. What have we got for you today? Well, I've got 2 hours of some smashing music. We've got stuff from Nat King Cole, Jane MacDonald and the Manhattan Transfer. Plus, we have can we have a drum roll, please? I'll have to do my own. We have a world-exclusive first play from Miss Susan Boyle. Plus, we've got the Lost TV theme, 2 all-star triples. But first, let's have a bit of Motown, shall we? Here's Gladys Knight and the Pips with Just Walk in My Shoes. Tell 'em, Gladys.
Surround my heartache
Is that it? That was short and sweet, Malcolm. That was Gladys Knight and the Pips with Just Walk in My Shoes. Listen, if I'm sounding a bit Irish, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry because I'm from Irish heritage, but I'm rehearsing an Irish play. So we've been talking Irish all day. My accent actually veers from Dublin towards Delhi and back to Wigan. But I'm having a go, you know what I mean? So forgive me. Anyway, listen, thanks for all your letters and your emails, because as you know, we're nothing without them. And if you'd like to get in touch, here's how you do it. Go on, Joe.
You can contact Paul's show by emailing paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, or you can write to Paul at BBC Radio 2, London W1A 1AA, or just visit his show page at bbc.co.uk/radio2 and click on Take Part in the Show.
Thank you, Jodie. That's a beautiful hat you've got on. Yeah, I'm at it again. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let me have a look here. What have I got? Dear Paul, shortly into your show on September the 18th, you queried that man of mystery, Malcolm's playlist compilation practices. I can't remember, but if you say so, I must have. You even went to the extent of suggesting he pull the list of songs you play each week merely from a hat. I'd never be so rude to my producer, never. Yet, in that very show, the subtlety, you've written this, Malcolm, of your producer's skill was clearly demonstrated by his shrewd coupling of the charming letter from your camper van dwelling listeners and the playing of Nessun Dorma. I'm trying to associate a camper van with Nessun Dorma and I can't. Rightly, the Nessun Dorma is recognised as the best ever camper van. How is it? Even if, like Joe McElderry's rendition of the song, its performance is a tad weedy. Always find your show entertaining and more. And that's from Hugh Tynan from London, SW17. I know you've written this, Malcolm. Sorry. Oh, it's reeking with praise about subtlety and compilation practice. You don't kid a kidder, Malcolm. Hey, I'm going Irish again. Right. Paul, did you know there's an amazing collage of you made of jelly bellies in the window of Swinky Sweets at 20 Park Street in Bristol? They're running a competition with prizes for those who can guess the number of jelly bellies used. It's absolutely brilliant. And that's from Sue Couch. Thanks for that, Sue. I'm on the first coach now down to Bristol to have a look. And we all know, I have to say this, other sweet shops are available. And other sweets are available. But if anyone is passing, can you please take a photo? And we'll put it up on the show page. Are they going to eat it after, do you think? Or do they glue them? Well, if you're hungry, you know, I mean, needs must when the devil dries, Malcolm, you know. Dear Paul, I'm confused. You are, love. I've been confused for over 50 years. For the past few Sundays, I've been watching the highly praised television series Downton Abbey on ITV1. I didn't catch the first series, but I was intrigued by all the fuss in the press about it. And then, after hearing the series had won so many awards at the Emmys, I thought to myself, Eileen, give it a go. So I did. But that's where my puzzlement began. Well, it's not really a complicated plot, is it? Let's face it, you watch it, you know, downstairs are either crawling on their bellies like reptiles or evil, and upstairs are all icy patrician maidens. So it's quite easy. You see, I watched the whole thing with its fabulous cast, lavish set pieces and wonderful locations and thought, hold on, Eileen, wait a minute. This can't be. It's an ITV show, but there isn't a phone vote at the end of the programme. Do you think someone forgot? Thanks for the best 2 hours on a Sunday, Paul, and that's from Eileen Elliott from the West Midlands. Give it time, Eileen. Give it time, love. They'll have 3 judges in the drawing room. Watch. Cheryl Cole will surface and she'll be sat there, full Regency drag, giving her vote. I like it, Downton Abbey, but I've got to be honest, it's not as good as upstairs and downstairs. Because you'd ask me to name anybody in Downton Abbey, there's only one, and she's my favourite, and that's Miss O'Brien. It was the evil one downstairs. She's fabulous. But the others, I could not tell you their names. I haven't got a clue. And yet you say to me, who was in upstairs and downstairs? Rose, Sarah, Mr. Hudson, Mrs. What was her name? Mrs. Bridges, Ruby, Mr. James, Lady Marjorie, who went down on the Titanic, and her maid Robert. See, I can reel all them off. And that was in the year DOS, but I can't reel off anybody's name in Downton Abbey, apart from Miss O'Brien, the evil one, who appeals to me. Which says a lot about me, really, doesn't it? Anyway, look, we do our very best to include as many of your messages as we can. Always remember that when you're sending them in. All right, let's have a bit of Jules, shall we? Or in the slot that Malcolm's called Jules Jules. Anyway, this one is called I've Got News for You. Here's Mr. Holland and his Rhythm and Blues Orchestra with Michael McDonald. follow that. That was Mr. Jules Holland and his Rhythm and Blues Orchestra with I've Got News for You, featuring vocals by Michael McDonald. And that's from his album Rocking Horse. And we've got more from Jules next week. Sounded a bit strippy, that, didn't it? A bit bump and grind. Talking of which, I was having a cup of tea in the street before. I was sat down, like I wasn't, stood up having a cup of tea. And the very famous burlesque striptease artiste, Immodesty Blaze, came past and gave me a big hug. And I don't know what perfume she was wearing, but I positively reek. Very pleasantly. But, it's potent stuff. Absolutely potent. Now a request for Fred in Dormans. And for those of you who don't know, Dormans is in Surrey. And Fred's ever so lonely since Kathleen left. And Kathleen apparently was a Lithuanian native. She had an average body length, says Fred. And she weighed around 170 kilos and had a very strong constitution. She's a big girl then, let's say, it's fair to say. Fred misses Kathleen terribly because she was tolerant and undemanding as regards to feeding. Do you think Fred's a bit of a feeder, Malcolm? If you've seen Kathleen, the Lithuanian... Oh, she's a pig. The Lithuanian native pig, then do let me know, because he's pining for her. I can fully understand, Fred. Fully understand. Anyway, he's go round to my friend's house and listen to them, all our singles on his dance set. That's putting your ears on me, Malcolm, admitting stuff like that, isn't it? It was a long time ago, kiddies, if you're listening, a long time ago. And do remember, other record players are available. I can see Malcolm scribbling away for compliance. Honestly, you don't know what it's like. It's like working on Tenko in here. Right, let's have some more of your messages, shall we? Dear Paul, I love your programme and I listen to it every week. You played a song a few shows ago by Pink Champagne, I think. No. Let's go back. It's Pink Martini. You got the booze right, but it's a different brand. And you said that album was going to be released soon. I was stirring gravy at the time. It's very noisy, stirring gravy, isn't it? And I didn't get a pen and paper in time to write it down. Well, why didn't you write it on the skin of the gravy? Well, if it's anything like my gravy, you could trot a mouse across it. Would you mind giving me the details, please? Thank you so much. And that's Mandy from Sully in South Wales. Well, Mandy from Sully in South Wales, it's a new retrospective collection called Pink Martini, a retrospective, funny enough. And it's out now, and it's very good. But then I'm biased because they could sing the Yellow Pages. Oh, the telephone directories are available, and I'd absolutely love it. Dear Paul, it's Julie here, and I listen to your show from Nairobi. No. Oh, wow, please don't send me. If you don't live, you live outside of England, don't send me any more emails, because it gives him a chance to torture me. Thank you for that, Malcolm. That's going, that, when I come out there now. You provide much-needed comic relief from the boring world service. I can't say that in the wireless, but don't tell them. I won't. I've been here for 16 months. Actually, it says moths on what Malcolm's written, but I'll ignore that. I'm assuming it's months. 16 moths. Okay. Doing research with an amazing group of mothers in the Korogocho slum in Nairobi. This email is also a pet story. I have a cat called Sylvie. She's not quite domesticated and can turn into a psychotic little... I can't say that on the wireless, that word. I'll change it. She can turn into a psychotic little madam without any notice, but I can't bring myself to abandon her. Good. So I'm taking her to my husband in Baltimore, USA, where he's based, to meet my two sweet male cats. It might be World War III. We'll just backtrack a little bit there. Forget the mice. It will be World War III for a few months, for the rest of your life, or the cat's natural life. But I'm hopeful that they'll figure it out. Long may you reign, Paul. And that's from Julie Evans in Nairobi. Thanks for that, Julie. Good luck with the moggy. And keep up the good work out there in Nairobi, in your slum. Dear Paul, I was listening... Oh, this is called Lost Something. Have you got a jingle for that? Really? You haven't got, like, a bit of instrumental if it's a small world or something you can put... No, don't! No, why did it... I was listening to your programme last Sunday and I suddenly wondered if you and your listeners may be able to help me. In fact, you are probably my last chance. Do you know I've had that said to me on a number of occasions? Normally at 3 o'clock in the morning. In a bus stop. Or in a nightclub. You know, when everybody's gone home, there's only the dregs. I've had that said to me. For my 50th birthday 9 years ago, my parents bought me a pair of diamond and ruby earrings and a diamond and ruby pendant necklace that my father had bought my mother for their ruby wedding. 3 years later, as we were packing to go on holiday to Greece, I hid my earrings and necklace somewhere in the house, but I forgot where. What have I warned you about putting things in a safe place? Safe places we don't do. Put it somewhere on top of the telly where you can see it, or in the tea caddy where you see it. The safe place means trouble. You'll never see it again. Anyway, where was I? Oh, she's hid her earrings and necklace somewhere in the house, but forgot where. Even moving in 2007 didn't turn up the missing jewellery. Perhaps I hid them in a jacket pocket or handbag that has long since been donated to charity. If so, it's possible that someone, somewhere, bought an item from a charity shop only to find my earrings and necklace. And that was a diamond and ruby earrings and diamond and ruby necklace in an old handbag in a charity shop. What I'm going to ask now is, well, it's an impossibility, really. I know this is a long shot, but it's got to be worth a try. Miracles sometimes happen. Fingers crossed. If they found it, can they return it? Oh, sweetheart. And that's from Leslie Orchard in Stockport. Leslie, you're an eternal optimist, and I do admire you so much. Listen, if anybody out there bought something from a charity shop, a handbag or a coat or a Mac, and you did happen to find in the pocket a ruby and diamond necklace and ruby and diamond matching earrings, could you let me know so I could return them back to Leslie? This is a bit like writing a letter to Father Christmas, isn't it? Waste of time. Unless, of course, you're under 5 and then it's not. All right, good luck, Leslie. Malcolm, you never know. They might turn up. Seriously, people always surprise you. We're going to have a retro song now, and on this show, that probably means 1740. I don't think we have to play it backwards, though, do we? No, OK. And it's from the album Cheek to Cheek, and here's a song that can only make you feel underdressed. And this is for John McNamara in Thurston, Suffolk, with love from his wife, Pat. And John, I hope you're on the mend. Here's Peter Skellern, Top Hat and Tails, written by Irving Berlin and featured in the film Top Hat, and sung by whom? Fred Astaire. There you go. I remember Ginger Rogers on the telly. They were talking about when what was it like dancing with Fred? It must have been really tricky. And she said, no, he didn't have to do it in high heels backwards. And I thought, actually, you're right there, Ginger. Let's have a few more of your messages, shall we? Hi there, Paul. I used to be a national soul DJ, not done as much lately. I know you're a massive Northern Soul fan. I am. Any chance of a Northern Soul record? I'll let you choose, my friend. I trust you to pull off a good one. Best regards, Greg Beckett. Greg, today's Northern Soul offering will be on just around 6:10, and especially for you, mate. Hope you enjoy it. Now, this came in a few days ago. It got trapped between a copy of the Encyclopaedia Britannica and a volume of Katie Price's 88th version of her autobiography. And it says, Dear Paul, you are a welcome relief during a 6-hour car journey. If I was sat in the back, you wouldn't say that. Please tell the man I'm sitting next to that I want to spend the rest of my life with him. He's the best thing that has ever happened to me. His name is David Innes. Thank you. Love from Susan. Did you hear that, David Innes? Susan adores you, you know. She wants to spend the rest of her life with you. I think that's what we call in the trade a hint, you know. Ring on finger, veils, flowers. Go on, do the honest thing. Make a decent woman of her. Dear Paul, I was contemplating clearing my guttering last Sunday, but decided to take a drive out to the Lake District instead. That must have been a tough decision to make. Anyway, I tuned into your programme and I did enjoy your banter and music. The thing is, you played something really lovely, but I didn't catch its name. I heard it as I was driving on the A591 approaching Troutbeck Bridge. Do you know what the song was? Thanks, Paul, and that's from Anthony Ames from Strickland Kettle. Is it? Kettle or Keetle? Kettle. It's only got one T. But whatever, it's somewhere nice. I've no idea. You see, I don't know where I was in the programme when you were approaching Troutbeck Bridge, so I really can't help. But details of all the music I play are on the show page at bbc.co.uk/Radio 2. So troll through that lot until you find the song that you liked. OK, it's gone 5, so that means here's the 5 o'clock triple. And today it's been requested by Nicola Leake in Staffordshire. So just for you, Nicola, today's 5 o'clock triple stars Whitney Houston.
should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. Will always love you. You, my darling, you. Bittersweet memories, that is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need. Treat you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. If tomorrow is Judgment Day,
Sing, Mommy.
and I'm standing on the front line, and the Lord asks me what I did with my life, I will say I spent it with you. It's alright. If I wake up in World War III, I see destruction and poverty, and I feel like I wanna go home. It's okay if you're coming with me. It's alright. It's alright. If I lose my fame and fortune, really don't matter, and I'm homeless on the street, Lord, Lord, and I'm sleeping in Grand Central Station. Okay. It's okay if you're sleeping with me. As the years they pass us by, we stay young through each other's eyes. And no matter how old we get on, it's okay as long as I got you, baby. Your love is my love, and my love is your love, baby.
And that was the 5 o'clock triple, as requested by Nicola Leake in Staffordshire. Thanks for that, Nicola. We had Whitney Houston with I Want to Dance With Somebody, I Will Always Love You, and My Love Is Your Love. And don't forget, I'll have the 6 o'clock triple in an hour or so. And in case you've forgotten, you're wandering around the kitchen dazed and confused, I'm Paul O'Grady, and that box is a radio, and the thing you're listening to is Radio 2. So let's have a few more of your messages. Malcolm, I do it myself. Wandering round, wondering why have I come in here. You know, I mean, I do it all the time. People say it's a sign of growing old. I did it when I was 12, let alone now. Dear Paul, I've been listening to you while stripping in the conservatory. That's what I like to hear. We play a bit of bump and grind for you if I'd have known. My lawnmower engine is now all stripped down and the wife is complaining about the smell. Does your other listener know how to put it back together again? Great music, keep up the good work, and that's from Rob Newby. No idea when it comes to lawnmowers. My suggestion would be throw it out and buy a sheep. That'll get your grass down. Dear Paul, a good friend who has worked as a nurse in Bristol for many years is now a patient and quite poorly. Would you be so kind as to play a request for Miss Glynis James? Glynis is a lovely lady and she's given so much to others over the years, so could we give her 3.5 minutes of smiles with the knowledge that we are thinking of her? Many thanks, Paul, and that's from Ray. Oh, Glynis, the next song is especially for you, and you get well soon as well, do you hear? Oh, we've got one more to Lost Friend. This is Jingle, keeps him happy. Isn't that nice? Golden Girls, lovely. Yeah. Dear Paul, I do enjoy the show. I wonder if you can help me track down a great pal of mine. We used to work together at Worley Motors in Worley, in West Midlands. This was back in 1956 to 1961. I hope you got good memories, listeners. His name was Arthur Hunter. He had a lovely girlfriend called Rose who became very friendly with my girl Sandra. For those 5 years or so, we were best mates. Sadly, Rose left Arthur in 1961, and Sandra and I moved away from the Midlands soon after. These two events were unrelated before you ask. I wasn't going to say a word. Anyway, as often happens, we lost contact, but we'd love to catch up with Arthur. He was in his late 40s when we knew him, so there's a chance he might not be around now. Oh, this one's not an optimist. Just severely pessimistic. He might be hale and hearty, sitting down out a big tea. You never know. But if he is, could you let me know? Thanks, Paul. And that's from Michael and Sandra Hitchens. Now then, Arthur, Arthur Hunter, if you're still alive... You know what to do. Email me, paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, and if you're not alive, there's always the Ouija board. Anyway, we'll hold out, okay? Right, now, as I said, this is especially for Glynis James, who's in hospital, and it's also for Laura Brown. And Laura, you have to keep your chin up. And it's for somebody in Kent, me, because I love this man and I love this song. Here's Nat King Cole, When I Fall in Love.
When I fall in love, it will be forever, or I'll never fall in love. In a restless world like this is, love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too, is when I fall in love with you. And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too, is when I fall in love with you.
Oh, scrape me off the floor, throw me on the Venetian blinds and call me Maureen. Honestly, how's that for a voice? No, seriously. That was the late, very great Nat King Cole with When I Fall in Love, all the way back from 1957. Right, it's time for today's Lost TV theme. Now this week, campers, it's an award-winning British television documentary series that ran from 1959 to 1988, and it was first shown on the Beeb and then on ITV, and then it went back to the Beeb. It's a bit like myself. You can't keep a good show down. And the series was notable for being filmed all over the world, featuring stories of social interest. Interviewees included locals, politicians, celebs, and even convicted criminals. Oh, secours, as they say in France. Stories featured were as far-ranging as military dictatorships, British expatriates living abroad, the rise of the San Francisco gay rights movement in the 1970s, and the then growing plastic surgery industry of California. Well, it wasn't Pet Rescue, that's for sure. Famous encounters included Peter Sellers, Harold Robbins, and the Sultan of Brunei, and every programme was presented by the same legendary reporter, dressed in his blazer and smart trousers. So for Francesca in Glasgow, today's Lost TV theme is Wicker's World. Well, I'm going to have to do me Tony Hatch here, because while that was playing, me and Malcolm had fisticuffs, because I said, that's not Wicker's World. Wicker's World was composed by Laurie Johnson, and it was called West End. So he goes on the interweb and looks it up, and apparently there were quite a few versions with Mr. What's his face? What was his name who presented it? Mr. Wicker. Going back and forth from ITV to the BBC. I told you my memory's going, didn't I? Going back and forth from ITV to the BBC. So they obviously had different theme tunes. That one, I've never heard in my life. Never. And I'd like to know who the telly exec was who sat there and said, that sounds the ideal piece of music for a travel programme. Anyway, that was composed by Graham D. Wild, and it was called Newsweek, and it was the theme for today's lost TV show, Wicker's World. Wasn't really. It was Laurie Johnson, and it was called West End, but with humour in. Malcolm I'm talking about. I don't think he's had his blood pressure pill today, and he's about to go like a pressure steamer. Anyway, campers, if you'd like to hear your favourite Lost TV theme, what accent am I doing? This is because of this play. Just let me know, and if we can find it, we'll play it for you. Yes.
As I lie here, thinking of you, I realise that nothing is new.
Lying in my bed, thinking of you, I realize nothing is new. You say you love me, but won't success. I say you're lying, nothing has changed. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. We're strong in bed, you're weak in love. You give me nothing more than a shove. I walk alone now, thinking of you. I realize now, nothing is new. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone.
Why do we go on with this useless love affair, when it seems to me that you don't really care? I realise now, nothing is new. Time to live my life without you, without you, without you.
I sit alone now, wondering about you. I'm living my life, what do you do? You say you want me, but need success. I want your love, boy, want nothing less. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come. This is a sign of the times, time to be alone. This is a sign of the times, peace of more to come.
The Bell Stars there, but this is a... Oh, no, it's not This Is. It's just called Sign of the Times, and that was a big hit for them in 1983. Now, don't forget, I've got an exclusive first play from Susan Boyle after 6, and I've also got your thank you. So if you'd like to show your gratitude right here in front of the nation, here's how.
You can contact Paul's show by emailing paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, or you can write to Paul at BBC Radio 2 London W1A 1AA, or just visit his show page at bbc.co.uk/Radio 2 and click on Take Part in the Show.
Now, don't go anywhere, because there's plenty more from me to come after 6 o'clock. I'm Paul O'Grady, and this is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 6 o'clock. This is Tom Sanders. A demonstration against spending cuts has been held in Manchester to coincide with the Conservative Party conference in the city. It was called the March for the Alternative. Unions insist the cuts can be avoided, but the coalition is adamant that they're necessary to bring down the deficit. Ed Thomas reports from Manchester.
35,000 people marched through Manchester calling for an alternative to the coalition government's spending cuts. It was organised by the Trade Union Congress, but included many ordinary workers and families who said they were worried about council cuts, pensions and spending on health and education. The Chancellor, George Osborne, told the unions if they wanted to help the economy, then they should cancel any planned strike action that could cost jobs.
William Hague has used his speech to the Conservative conference to argue the case for the coalition. He paid tribute to Nick Clegg for sticking with difficult decisions, such as the one on tuition fees, and for reverses, such as his defeat on changing the voting system. Mr Hague argued that Labour had left the economy in deep trouble at a time when the developed world was facing a crisis. Some Western nations would make it, he said, but some wouldn't.
Those who do make it will be those who make the most of their human capital and bring out the best in inventive and hard-working people. And to do that, this country can no longer afford a tax system that drives businesses away, an education system that leaves millions underperforming, and a welfare system that traps millions more in dependency and despair.
Police investigating a fire which killed a 2-year-old girl at a riding stables in West Yorkshire have arrested the child's stepfather. Detectives are treating the fire at Hessel Farm near Wakefield as suspicious. Isabel Dobson was trapped in a burning van. Her mother and stepfather suffered injuries as they rescued the girl's 1-year-old half-sister. They were unable to free Isabel. The Afghan government says it was a Pakistani suicide bomber who assassinated the country's former president 2 weeks ago. They say the killer was a member of a criminal network, which the Americans believe is run by the Pakistani intelligence service. The government is to change the law to stop members of the Northern Ireland Assembly from also being MPs at Westminster. The Northern Ireland Secretary, Owen Paterson, said the time had come now to stop what he called double jobbing. Finally, a survey suggests that men spend more on presents for themselves than women do. The researchers say the average man spends £72 on a month on himself, and the average woman spends just £54. Finally, the weather forecast will remain dry, clear and mild this evening and overnight across southern England. Cloudy elsewhere with a weakening band of rain spreading slowly southeast across northern and central England. BBC News at 3 minutes past 6. Our next to 7.
BBC Radio 2.
Time for a look at the travel news now. Here's Bobby Pryor.
Tom, thank you. First of all, to the Erskine Bridge, the A898 route on the northbound side, it remains closed following the earlier accident between junctions 1 and the A82. But the Tayroe Bridge, the A92 route, which was closed, just to let you know, that has all reopened. Now, the M55 eastbound between junctions 3 and 1, Kirkham and Fulwood, have got very slow traffic heading away from the coast. And then the M6 southbound is a struggle, junctions 20 to 19. So between the Limited Change and Knutsford, very slow, but it's usually slow on a Sunday night anyway, but all lanes are open. The A5 east of Daventry, that's still closed at the Wilton turnoff, which is the B5385. Now, we had big problems for the A55, the Britannia Bridge westbound. It was blocked just after junction 9. That has all cleared now, still some congestion moving through. To the A44, that's still closed between the A470 at Raida and Crossgates, which is the A483 following today's accident. The M4 eastbound still slow, junctions 30, Cardiff Gate to 27 at High Cross. You've got the contraflow in place there, but it's eastbound that's really struggling. Problems on the M11, southbound junctions 9 to 8 and northbound junctions 7 Harlow to 8 at Bishop Stortford. There was an accident causing queues in both directions. In both cases, all lanes are open. Still some heavy traffic moving through there. The A12 southbound, because of the roadworks, junctions 30 to 29, Stratford St Mary to Ardley. Very, very heavy indeed. Give yourself loads of time. And the M25, anti-clockwise queues, junctions 6 to 5. So from Godstone to the M26, clockwise from 13 to 15. Staines through to the M4 and the M5, solid queues from junction 23 to 20. And finally, the A31 eastbound is queuing from Ashley Heath to Picket Post, but behind that, the A338, there's a 9-mile queue from Littledown to the A31. Thanks for your updates, back just after 7.
Jules Holland.
I'll be playing my favourite records, some ancient ones and some modern ones, and introducing a guest artist to perform live with me in my studio. the sensational Glenn Matlock. So let's move to the Sex Pistols.
I'd almost forgotten about them.
Well, easy to forget. Is it a happy memory for you?
No, it's an achievement. And I kind of felt like we was on this mission to just shake things up a bit. To me, somebody like Edith Piaf or Jacques Brel is a punk, although they weren't called punk or play punk kind of music. It's an attitude, and I think Captain Beefheart had that in abundance.
Jules Holland with Glenn Matlock.
Monday nights from 11, BBC Radio 2.
88 to 91 FM, Paul O'Grady, BBC Radio 2.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.
Paul O'Grady, on the wireless.
On BBC Radio 2.
And there you go, that's Jane MacDonald kicking off our second half with I Only Wanna Be With You, and that's how I feel about you, Jane. And that's going out to your trillions of fans. I'm Paul O'Grady, I'm here on Radio 2, and I'm with you until 7 o'clock. We've got plenty to come before then, including another All-Star Triple. We've got your thank yous and the happy ending. Plus, we've got a world-exclusive first play from Susan Boyle. But first, it's time for this week's offering from the canon of Northern Soul. And this week, it's Caroline Crawford with My Smile Is Just a Frown Turned Upside Down. That's what I tell everyone.
If you should see me and I'm smiling, don't think my smile is for real. No expression could explain how much my heart's in pain. Since you left me, here's how I feel.
Especially for one of my listeners, Mr. Greg Beckett. That was Caroline Crawford with My Smile Is Just a Frown Turned Upside Down. Strange title for a song, really, isn't it? And in 1963, when Caroline was 13, she won a talent contest held by Detroit radio station WCHB, and the prize for which was a contract with Motown Records. Did she do any more after that, Malcolm? Or was it just... Oh, no, she did. She had quite a long career, that girl. Good for her. And remember, Greg, keep the faith. That's it. And also keep your emails coming. The email address is paulogrady@bbc.co.uk. Time now for some quickies. A big happy 56th birthday to regular listener Phil McCracken, who lives in Ambleside. Isn't that where the Archers is? Is that Ambrose, the Archers? Ambridge. I knew it was somewhere like that. I've never sat down and listened to a full episode of The Archers, so I've no idea what's going on yet. When I do tune in, I'm sort of hooked. But I've got enough soaps in my life. I can't be having one on the wireless as well. Thanks to Nicky Rowland for the update on your hedge. I'm fascinated. I'm glad to hear that it's back under control. Debbie, you are so right. If you don't ask, you don't get. And you're not getting. Angus, Nita and Rachel, thanks for letting me know the Nightingale in Brum is still going. I'm very pleased to hear that. Happy 21st wedding anniversary to Paul and Julie Nuts, which they tell me is pronounced Newts. Bit late now. The things you learn. Tony Bramwell, thanks for letting me know you had a drink with Noel, the Windmills of Your Mind Harrison, a couple of Sundays ago. A big hello to Carmen Oosterkamp and family. You weren't the only ones, you know, who got emotional when I played Perry Como a couple of Sundays ago. Oh, they were all in floods. Malcolm was broken by 7 o'clock. And finally, for now, a big, I mean this, a heartfelt thank you to Rowley for sending me a huge parcel containing, amongst other things, a plastic lunchbox with no lunch in it and a pair of 10 denier stockings in American tan. Just my shade. Dear Paul, love your show, although it brings back bittersweet memories of Sunday evenings when my lovely partner Russell and I had to bid each other a fond farewell until next weekend. Fortunately, we now live together and have a 14-week-old Cocker Spaniel baby called Bailey. Cocker Spaniel? Did you give birth? And this is worrying me. Anyway, we took him to his first doggy show this afternoon and couldn't have been more surprised or delighted when he promptly won Best Pup All Varieties, then Best Pedigree Pup. Bailey is a star in our eyes and clearly in the judges too. Well done, Bailey, and lots of love to Daddy Russ too. We always listen to your show and would be thrilled to have a mention, and that's from Melanie, Russell and Bailey. A very happy family there. You know, my Olga, when they were doing The Wizard of Oz at the Palladium, there was a tentative request whether Olga would be interested in playing Toto. And I replied, only if I played Dorothy. It's just the only way you'd get it on stage. And I don't think a paying audience would put up with me in a gingham frock singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Do you, Malcolm? Although you never know, there might be a select few who'd queue for that. Dear Paul, I'm hoping you could play a song to pick me up a bit today. What's the matter? Tell me. I've spent all of the weekend decorating, scraping varnish off every bit of wood in the house, and I'm exhausted. Oh, you poor thing. I ventured out for a quick break to walk the dog, and I ended up running over a cute squirrel. Hang on, you were walking the dog and you ran over a cute squirrel. You must have been running fast. The poor dog. I feel very bad indeed. If you could play something perky, I'd be very grateful. And that's from Sarah in Glasgow. Oh, Sarah, that poor squirrel. You were obviously in your car with the dog and you parked and then you ran over the squirrel. Ah, poor old thing. Don't play the Dead Pet music, and please don't send the band in, Malcolm. It was an accident. A simple accident. All right, then. Anyone out there any good at Morse code? Because you'll need it for this track. It's the Manhattan Transfer. Come Back to Me, the Morse code of love.
Did dot did it did dot did it did it did dot did it did dot did it did it did dot did it did dot did it did it did dot did baby come home to me did dot did it dot I saw my baby a telegram asking to be the man begging her to come back home to me did dot did it dot I dotted the I's and I crossed the T's and I'm begging frantically, honey, honey, come back home to me. If that, baby, I want your love. Baby, I need your love.
one I made of you. Honey, honey, come back home to me. I thought that you would understand. I'm just a one-man man. Not like before, so come back home to me. Baby, I want your love. Baby, I need your love. Honey, honey, come back home to me. Got to have your love. Can't live without your love. Honey, honey, come back home to me. Did da da did da did it did it did da did it did da did it did it did da did it did da did it did it did da did it. Baby, come home to me. Did da did it did come back to me. Come back to me. Come back, baby, come back to me. No, come back to me. Come back to me. Come back, baby, come back to me. No, come back to me. Come back to me.
Man Tranny there, that's Manhattan Transfer to Me and You with Baby Come Back to Me, the Morse code of love. Okay, time now for this week's thank yous. Now, as you know, this is where you write in and I read them out and then I share your thank yous with the rest of the nation, okay? And if there's someone or somewhere or even something important in your life, then this is the place to acknowledge them. Now, last week Sally thanked her neighbours Trevor and George for helping her move her sofa indoors. Injured Caroline thanked her pal Sinead for looking after her, and Gillian thanked Sarah for being the best sister ever. So come on, who would you like to thank? There's a certificate of thanks signed by me if your message is read out on the show. And if yours is judged as the very best letter or email, there's our brand new pair of mugs and an exclusive all new tea towel. Hoop-de-doop, and throw me out the window. Let's see, who's first cab off the rank? Well, this week it's Jenny from Northwich in Cheshire. And Jenny says, I've just started my history degree in London and I'd like to thank everybody who has helped me. That's my family who helped me move all my stuff down to London and all my friends who gave me a terrific send-off. But I'd like to send a special thank you to Robert Parsons, who is a friend of my elder brother. Robert has just graduated from doing the same degree and he has given me all of his old books, saving me an absolute fortune. So I'm so grateful because I know money is going to be tight for the next few years. Thanks. And that's from Jenny. Jenny, you're lucky, aren't you? I hope you enjoyed your time at university, and an official thank you is in the post to Robert Parsons, a very generous man. Now this one's from Isabel Hall, who lives in Kent, and Isabel says, I would like to thank the mystery person who returned my coat after I'd left it on a National Express coach from London to Margate last Thursday. I was really upset when I realised I'd lost it. It was very special to me, as it was the coat I wore to my father's funeral last December, and it had a copy of the Order of Service in the inside pocket. I hope whoever took the trouble to return it is listening and will know just how grateful I am to have got it back. And that's from Isabel Hall in Cliftonville in Kent. OK, Isabel, well, we do a bit of magic here. We send a virtual thank you, and that's winging its way to the good person who returned your coat. Isabel, keep it on in future. And finally now, it's the letter of the week. And this week it comes from Julie Marshall. And Julie says, I would like to thank Paul Lawrence, a vet at Coastways Vets in Brighton. Paul has treated our pets for a number of years and always goes the extra mile. Most recently, I took one of my cats that was unwell for a consultation. The following day, Paul phoned me at home to inquire how my cat was doing, despite having a busy day in the operating theatre ahead of him. This is not the first time that he's taken a personal interest. Some years ago, we had to have one of our adored dogs put down, and a few days later, we received a card written personally by Paul offering his condolences. My husband and I feel that such a caring man deserves a mention and a big thank you. And that's from Julie Marshall. Well, Julie, consider it done. A pair of mugs, it's on its way to Paul Lawrence at Coastways Vets in Brighton. And you're getting the new tea towel, which you can wear as a turban, if you like, or headscarf, or just hang on your washing line to be the envy of your neighbours. And don't forget, if there's someone or somewhere out there that you'd like to say thank you to, and don't forget, the only way to get your hands on the all-new mugs and tea towels is to be the letter of the week, and this is how you take part.
You can contact Paul's show by emailing paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, or you can write to Paul at BBC Radio 2 London W1A 1AA, or just visit his show page at bbc.co.uk/Radio 2 and click on Take Part in the Show.
Hey, Pedro. Where are we going? I don't know. Turn on that flashlight. I think I'm kissing your sister. Early in the morning and I can't get it right. Had a little date with my baby last night. Now it's early in the morning. Ooh, in the morning. Early in the morning and I ain't got nothing but the blues. Went to all the places that we used to go. Went to his house, but he don't live there no more. Now it's early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Ooh, in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning and I ain't got nothing but the blues. I went to his best friend's house, but he was out. I knocked on his mother's door. She began to shout, "Scat out of cat in the morning." Ooh, in the morning. Yeah, early in the morning and I ain't got nothing but the blues. Hey. Went to Doogie Chase to get something to eat. The waitress looked at me and said, "Ma, you look beat." Now it's early in the morning.
Early in the morning, baby.
Ooh, in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Yeah, it's early in the morning and I ain't got nothing but the blues.
All right.
Hey, I had a lot of money when I started out. Couldn't find my baby, now the money's running out. Now it's early in the morning.
Where it is, baby.
Ooh, in the morning. Yeah, it's early in the morning and I ain't got nothing but the blues. Early in the morning.
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 Yeah, early in the morning.
I ain't got nothing.
Early in the morning
I got
and I
nothing
ain't
but the-
got nothing,
but the-
nothing,
but the-
nothing.
but the blues.
Hey, Pedro, wait up.
All right.
Watch out.
Aha.
Howard, where you going?
I don't know.
Has she finished? She got carried away there, didn't she? A bit of a titter there I heard from Cindy. That was Cyndi Lauper with B.B. King, and we had Early in the Morning, and that's from her 2010 album, Memphis Blues. Well, the 6 o'clock triple's on its way, but first, time for some of your messages. Let me see what we've got here. Hello, Paul. You mentioned you could never go on a blind date. Well, let me tell you, Paul, my husband Bill and I met on a blind date 42 years ago, and we celebrated our Ruby anniversary at the end of June this year. So blind dates do work sometimes. Loving the show and the laughs you give us, and that's from Anne in Ayr. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Anne, that blind date went well for you. As you know, I'm considering starting up my dating agency again, the Paul O'Grady Dating Service, but as yet it hasn't been approved by the BBC Trust. But we're keeping everything crossed, and we'll let you know in a couple of weeks how we're getting on. And then, believe you me, there's going to be a lot of happy couples out there by the time I've finished with you. And if you don't get along, tough. You paid your fee, get on with it. Now the Lost Film catch-up. Now, last week, Ivor Bill from Old Park near Belfast sent us a Lost Film hunt, and Ivor said that it was a lovely rom-com, that's an oxymoron, about a man who is raising his children alone, and he seeks help from a woman who becomes a nanny, but actually she's a rich socialite, as it often happens in domestic service. She's trying to be independent because her dad is so overpowering, and it was all very light-hearted fare, but Ivor would really love to see it again. Well, I can now reveal that it was a 1958 film, Houseboat, starring Cary Grant and Sophia Loren, and Ivor, you'll be delighted to know that it's available on DVD. So that's called Houseboat. So a big thank you for everyone who emailed in, including Claire Robinson, Peter Hughes, Jeremy and Katie Longwood, Pauline Walker and Jane Clark. Well done to the lot of you. So especially for you, today's 6 o'clock triple stars the much requested Bing Crosby.
When a girl meets boy, life can be a joy.
But the note they end on will depend on little pleasures they will share. So let us compare. I like New York in June. How about you?
I like a Gershwin tune. How about you?
I love a fireside when a storm is due.
I like potato chips, moonlight motor trips. How about you?
I get my hat. I'm mad about good books. Can't get my fill.
And Frank Sinatra's looks give me a thrill.
Have to stand in line, holding hands in a movie show when all the lights are low. May not be new, but I like it. How about you?
I've seen Pal Joey twice. How about you?
Caught it, loved it. And think Kim Novak's very nice. Yeah. What else is new?
I love a baseball game played beneath the lights.
I love the Pirates, find them a favorite nine, daytime or nights.
Stockholder.
How'd you know?
That Marlon Brando smile makes me feel tall.
Helps you, huh? Well, I tell you, Bob Hope now, he's more my style.
Really?
Pokey nose and all, he's stuck with it. This whole world's in a sorry way, that's what the papers say. It may be true,
long as those stars still shine.
Long as your love is mine, I like it fine. How about you?
Long as you kiss so well.
Long as you cast that spell, I think it's swell. How about you? Long as the birds still mate, may we reiterate, we think it's great. How about you?
suntan, wind-blown, honeymooners at last alone, feeling far above par. Oh, how lucky we are. While I give to you and you give to me true love, so on and on it'll always be true love, for you and I have a guardian angel on high, with nothing to do but to give to you and to give to me love forever true. For you and I have a guardian angel on high, with nothing to do but to give to you and to give to me love forever true. Love forever true. Straight down the middle, it went straight down the middle. Then it started to hook just a wee bit, and that's when my caddy lost sight of it. That little white pellet has never been found to this day, but it went straight down the middle, like they say. Whack down the fairway, it went smack down the fairway. Then it started to slice just a smidge off line. It headed for 2, but it bounced off 9. My caddy says, long as you're still in the state, you're okay. Yes, it went straight down the middle, quite a way. The sun was never brighter, the greens were never greener, and I was never keener to play. I heard it ping down the middle, it went zing down the middle. Oh, the life of a golfer is not all gloom. There's always the lies in the locker room. And I'm in my glory when wrapped in a towel I say that it went straight down the middle today. Oh, the life of a golfer is not all gloom, though they charge you for listening in the locker room. But I'm in my glory when wrapped in a towel I say that it went straight down the middle. Where it wound up is a riddle, but went straight down the middle, far away.
And that was the 6 o'clock triple starring Bing with special guests Grace Kelly and Rosemary Clooney. We had How About You with Rosie, True Love with Grace, and Straight Down the Middle. And if you've got an all-star triple favourite, then just visit my show page at bbc.co.uk/Radio 2 and click on Take Part in the Show. And while you're there, you can have a look and see what I got up to during the triples. It's all on the show page. Nothing racy, really. They won't let me. Won't let me take my vest off, listener. Shocking. Right, time to open the doors now and step into the TARDIS. Now, can you guess which year we're heading back to? No prizes, just the satisfaction of knowing that you were right. And in this mystery year, this is what happened, so pay attention. The Abbey National Building Society became a PLC. That's a public limited company. Malcolm, they're not going to know this. The Princess of Wales opened the Landmark Aid Centre in London, and Olympic gold medal winning swimmer Rebecca Adlington was born, as was footballer Theo Walcott and Harry Potter actor Daniel Radcliffe. Any idea? The answer was 1989. How old are they? Daniel Radcliffe and Rebecca, they must be embryos. 1989. That feels like last week to me. Oh, I'm going to go and lie down. Here's Holly Johnson, Americanos.
and heroes in the land of the free. You can be what you wanna be.
from our mystery year of 1989. That was Holly Johnson with Americanos. And if you're listening, Holly, I hope you're well. Long time no see.
Yeah, feel like I'm made out of gingerbread. Crumb picking, lip licking gingerbread. Can't think about rainy weather now. I finally got myself together now. Fresh out of the pan, sweet gingerbread man. Fresh out of the pan, sweet gingerbread man. I'm twirling a cane made of peppermint. Nice sticky hand, sticky peppermint. Spun sugary cloud I'm floating on. Sun spreading my suit of sugar coating on. All tasty and tan, sweet gingerbread man. Fresh out of the pan, sweet gingerbread man. Crumb picking, lip licking gingerbread. Won't think about rainy weather now. I finally got myself together now. All tasty and tan, sweet gingerbread man. Fresh out of the pan, sweet gingerbread man. Sweet gingerbread man. All tasty and tan, sweet gingerbread man. Gingerbread, gingerbread, gingerbread man.
No need for me to say who that was. That was the one and only Mr. Sammy Davis Jr. with Sweet Gingerbread Man. And Malcolm has asked me to say that's going out especially for Zarina. I hope you enjoyed that, Zarina. I'll have to tell you, dear listener, Zarina hates that song. Malcolm, having a slight evil bent, used to ring her up and play it down the phone. Do you know, we should do a slot, really, of songs we loathe. I'll tell you what mine is. It's like, you look like Marlene Dietrich, ha hee hee hoo hoo. And that other one that they always sing on the South Bank, you know, busking. Have you seen the old man in the streets of London? That drives me crackers. I'm really sorry, it really does. Anyway, Sweet Gingerbread Bread Man featured lyrics by the Bergmans. That's not Ingmar and Ingrid. If you'd like to hear more of their work, then join David Jacobs tonight from 8 p.m. for the third part of Keep the Music Playing, the Alan and Marilyn Bergman story, here on Where Else Radio 2. OK, time now for some more of your messages. Dear Paul, please, 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 no need to beg. Play anything for our friend John Harris. He's in the UCH in London and listens to the radio most of the day. What's the odds he's in the bathroom now? He has been in hospital for months, but is not complaining, and he's really positive. If we are lucky enough to get you to read this out, please say his name a couple of times, as I'm sure he won't believe it's for him. OK, you ready? John Harris, John Harris, John Harris. Wasn't that an advert? John Harris, John... Oh, no, that was the window to watch. John Collier. And remember, other tailors are available in the high street, although you'd need a TARDIS to find John Collier these days. They've all gone, haven't you? Anyway, Mr. Harris, I hope you're doing better. Please send him our love, and to his wife Hilary, who has been there every day bar 2. They are both great people and great friends. Thanks, Paul. Love the show. And that's from Jenny and Martin Robbins. Will do. John Harris, John Harris, John Harris in the UCH. Get well soon, John. Dear Paul, please could you mention our son Jack, who, after graduating from uni, has secured a job at the head office of a well-known supermarket in their buying department. Well done you, Jack. He has explained what the job entails, but it's all gone over my head, to be honest. But I'm really chuffed for Jack, as he has always been such a hard worker. Both his dad and I are really proud of him and wish him all the best for the future. Thanks, Paul. We're avid listeners to Radio 2, and your show truly is 2 hours of bliss. Oh, don't flatter, please. I've gone as red as Thumper in Bambi. Was it Thumper? No, it wasn't. It was Flower the skunk who used to blush. Remember Flower used to stick his head out from a daisy and he'd go scarlet when he was Twitter-pated. I've got to stop watching cartoons. Anyway, Jack, well done. Paul, please... send the band in. Paul, please could you give a mention for Jasper, our much-loved and much-missed boxer who died in March, after 11 wonderful years. The hole he has left in our lives and our hearts is vast. The house seems too quiet now, and our walks are going to feel strange without him. Though we knew Jasper's days were ending, it didn't make it any easier when the time came. His mum Julie cared for him till the end and was with him in his last moments. We listen every week, and it would mean the world to hear Jasper mentioned, and that's from his dad, Tim Jollins. Ah, I love boxers. Ah, what a shame. Well, he had 11 great years with you there. I'd love a boxer, Malcolm, but they don't grow up. They're like adolescents. They're really bouncy. In fact, I think I might get one. What are you trying to say there? Oh, excuse me while I clear my throat, because this is quite important, this message. This is for you, Tim, especially. Malcolm says he'd like to apologise for it being so late because it came in March. It's now October. These good people have probably got over the death of Jasper and now have had this old wound ripped open and are weeping copiously at hearing his name being mentioned again. Well done, Malcolm, because you know who the villain of the piece will be. Me, not you. I'm really, really sorry, Tim. I really am. Anyway, he got his mention. A bit late. Where's it been since March? Hey, lurking somewhere hidden. I don't know, the BBC, really? Dear Paul, it's your 75-year-old listener Gladys here. Hello, Gladys. Now, I don't want you to think that being 75 is a bad thing, because it's not. Gladys, I never said a word. I'm full of life, you know. I know I don't get rock climbing or abseiling, but I still play bowls on a Tuesday afternoon, and I swim on a Thursday morning, and I go dancing on a Friday evening, though not at a disco, admittedly. Gladys, have you ever thought of taking it easy for 75? You go dancing, you play bowls and you swim. Talk about active. Oh, you're like Barbie. As the sticker on my shopping trolley says, money isn't everything, but it sure keeps the kids in touch. Keep up the good work, Paul, and that's from Gladys Friday in Winchester. Will do, Gladys, and you keep going, girl, and all. So, Gladys, I don't do the things you do, and I'm only 22. I mean, really, I'll slap you, Malcolm, in a minute. I can't believe at 75 she's doing all this. She doesn't go rock climbing. You just give her time. Give her time. She'll be up that rock, boss. Wait till you see. Time now for that long-promised world-exclusive first play of a new song by Susan Boyle. And it's from her forthcoming album called Someone to Watch Over Me, which is out on November the 7th. And I'm going to be talking to Susan about her life and her music the day before. That's November the 6th. And you can take part too, and I'll reveal how after we've played the record. So here's Susan Boyle with Return.
Return to me. Don't leave me here with nothing but the feeling of falling. Return to me. Our memory can hold me in his arms in the morning. You know, with all that I've enjoyed, you were my strength and more. Knowing you're gone, but I pray for your return. Return to me. Don't let me be
That was a world-exclusive first play there, and that was Susan Boyle with Return, and it's from Susan's new album, and I'm going to be chatting to the lady herself about her life and her music on November the 6th. Now, pay attention, because if you'd like me to ask Susan a question, then email me, paulogrady@bbc.co. I forgot how to say it after all these years. I just had a mental block there, listener. paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, and I'll do my best to include as many of them in that programme as I can. OK, just time now for Lost Film. Dear Paul, I'm always so very impressed that your other listener never fails to track down the lost film each week. I am as well, to tell you the truth, because some of the clues we get, well, you'd have to be a Philadelphia lawyer. Anyway, I wonder if they can help me locate this one. It's a cautionary tale of a young woman who saves an old man from drowning. He's very grateful, naturally, and he goes about repaying her by anonymously providing for her financially. Why can't I find an old man who's drowning? Sadly, the girl's boyfriend misreads the situation and all hell breaks loose. Any ideas? It's an old one, and I haven't seen the film for years. Many thanks in advance to you and your other listener. And there's some Helen back in Waterford. So any clues out there? It's a young woman who saves an old man from drowning, and he's so grateful he sort of provides for her financially, and of course the boyfriend gets her on wrong end of the stick and there's murder. Anyway, let me know. Email me at paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, and we shall be forever in your debt. Okay, well, Helen will. Anyway, it's time now for our last one, and this is our guaranteed happy ending. Is Bananarama with Venus.
Beauty and love.
And that's this week's happy ending, courtesy of Bananarama. Well, that's it, folks, for this week. Please keep in touch. And here's Jodie with all the contact details.
You can contact Paul's show by emailing paulogrady@bbc.co.uk, or you can write to Paul at BBC Radio 2 London W1A 1AA, or just visit his show page at bbc.co.uk/radio2 and click on Take Part in the Show.
Thank you, Jodie. And that email address, dear listener, by the way, is where you can send any questions that you may have for Susan Boyle. OK, thank you. Well, I'm not here next Sunday because I'm treading the boards. I'm going back to the theatre. But I'll be back on October the 16th, unless I get the sack. And then I'll be back earlier. But a big thank you to the team and to my producer, Malcolm Puntz. But most of all, a huge thank you for your company. Thanks very much for tuning in. Well, listen, I'll see you all soon. Take care of yourselves. I'm Paul O'Grady. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. Ta-da!